What's up? What's happening, everybody? This is Moon, starting his newest series, Formula Moon. Yes, that's right, Formula Moon. I'm a big fan of F1, and I want to react to the season as the season happens, so I'll be making a video reviewing every single race in the season, as well as doing predictions for before the races. So because this video is coming out so late, I figured the best way to start the reaction to the new F1 season is to review the liveries and give my opinions on them, and then as well do a prediction for Australia, which happens this weekend. As I am recording this, this is March 10th. So I'm hoping this comes out either March 10th or March 11th. Anyway, so without further ado, and also before I get into it, when it comes to predictions, I'll kind of do it similar to the way Formula Duck does it, if you've ever seen his channel, except I'm not going to do the weekend preview because, well, I can't really be bothered, especially since it's the first race, but I will say who I think will be pole and who I think will place top 5, and I'll be keeping track of how right I am or how wrong I am throughout the season. So, doing it in reverse championship order, so from last to first, we'll start with Kick Sauber. Now, Kick Saubers is a black and green monstrosity, to say the least. It's not a horrible livery, but I just don't like the colors personally. I think the colors are kind of whack. Um, Although if they can do good liveries with the black and green color scheme, because I believe it was Abu Dhabi last year or Vegas, whatever one they ran, that camel one. That camel one was nice. I forget if it was Abu Dhabi or Vegas. I think it was Vegas. I want to say it was Vegas. Anyway, regardless, um, it's nothing, kind of not good, not horrible, but not really good. I give it like a 4 out of 10. Yeah, I'd say a 4 out of 10. I'm curious to see what Audi does with it next year, though. Same with Cadillac, too, with Cadillac coming on the grid next season, too. Next up, we have Williams. I like the light blue of the Williams. I think it is a nice livery. It's nice colors, and the race suits look phenomenal as well. I just hope, Carlos Sainz isn't as miserable there as he appears to be at times, but, hoping for success for Sainz at least. Albon is 100% on fraud check this season because he beats teammates that are garbage, but then the second he has a teammate that's actually competitive, he flounders. So Albon will be on fraud check this year. As for the uh as for the livery, I like it. I'd say it's solid 6 out of 10. Yeah, 6 out of 10. Oh, the Racing Bulls, or Visa Cash App RB, whatever you want to call them. Oh, this is a nice livery. It reminds me so much of the. I am going to fact check this one. The 2021 Turkey livery from Red Bull. That white, oh, that's what that reminds me of. And it looks so, so good. Like, oh, that livery is amazing. Yeah, the blue that goes into the Bulls is a little tacky, like at the tail wing, like at the tail end of the car. That's a little tacky. Yeah, I could see that. But other than that, it's a great livery, and I'm glad that they're running that all season long. I got to give that a 10 out of 10. Next up is Haas, who were a primarily white and black car last year. Now it looks like they kind of inverted it a little bit. They're kind of going with more black, and I must say, I like the look of the Haas this year. I also think the driver duo is going to be a little underrated and one to watch out for. I think Behrman and Ocon could make some noise this season. And especially in those sleek liveries and sleek race suits, I am liking what Haas is dishing out. And, Hulkenberg and Magnussen did really well last season, especially Hulkenberg, until the disqualification in Brazil, but we don't talk about that. I think Haas could be one of those teams that are kind of sneaking into points, sneaking into podium areas, maybe. I think Ocon and Behrman can do some damage. As for that Livery, I like it. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. I'd say an 8 out of 10. The Alpine, the blue and pink. A lot of people do not like this one. I couldn't agree less. I love the blue and pink. I think last year's all black with a little bit of pink and blue, I think that was ugly. But I like that they went the straight blue and pink. It reminds me of when Fernando was there, when Alonso was there. I liked the blue and pink. I think the blue and pink looks very, very good on that Alpine. I'm glad they went back with the blue and pink as opposed to doing an all black one like they did last season when they were supposed to do, I believe, blue and pink last season as well. But then they were overweight in the car, so they had to do it black, and they're still overweight. But Alpine with a surprise 6th place finish on the grid last season after their masterclass from Ocon and Gasly in Brazil. Which, honestly, Brazil was the race of the fucking year last year. And I'm not just saying that as a Max Verstappen fan. That was a great race throughout. You introduce rain, your race goes from like a 6 to like an 8, like that, because the rain is so unpredictable. So now for the next, I'd say about 3 teams, we have the category of if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Oh, I think I forgot to give Alpine a rating. I give that Alpine a 7 out of 10. I love the blue and pink. All right, now for the next 3, it's kind of a similar if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of liveries. First up of the it ain't broke, don't fix it category, we have Aston Martin, Fernando, and Toddler Stroll. Team. Poor Adrian Newey has to develop cars for Lance Stroll, so you'll get half good feedback, I guess. And the other car is being driven by Lance Stroll. Okay, I don't hate Lance Stroll, but like, oh man, the fact that he's still on the grid and there's so many people who are deserving, who aren't, it pisses a lot of people off, and I can see why. But maybe Lance Stroll will have a good year this year. Who knows? Let's see how many times he DNFs this year. Other than that, again, it's pretty similar to the last year's livery. Holy crap, I can't say livery. I keep on wanting to say rivalry. Livery. Again, but it's in part of the category that if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And the livery looks good. It's a solid 6 out of 10. Mercedes, Kimi Antonelli and George Russell. A team I don't really give a crap about. I don't know. I understand why Kimi's so hyped. I just don't think he's going to be like a big monster out of the gate like people are thinking. I don't think he's breaking Max Verstappen's youngest race winner. I don't see him winning one of the first 3 races. I can see him being competitive, but I don't see him winning. That being said, again, they went with the black instead of the silver. I would have loved to see another silver one, but again, I kind of get why they do black. 6 out of 10. Now for the defending world champions team, Max Verstappen with the Oracle Red Bull RB21. And again, same as the Martin and the Mercedes. If it ain't broke, do not fix it. It's a good livery. I wish they would have did something a little different. I would have loved to see like a light blue like the early days, but you know what? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Let's just hope the RB21's a little more competitive than the RB20 for Max's sake, because I think this could be his last year to be really competitive in the RB. At least, because I don't know how RB is going to handle those the reg changes. So this could be their last chance to be competitive for a couple years. So hopefully the RB21 treats the defending champ well, and he can be the first racer since Michael Schumacher to get his 5th in a row, and he would beat Sebastian Vettel's record of 4 in a row with Red Bull, which I also would really like to see, even though I'm a fan of both Vettel and Verstappen, because Vettel was my guy before Verstappen, now Verstappen's my guy. Next up, we have Ferrari. Charles Leclerc, Lewis Hamilton, a dream team on paper. Let's see how it works when we get to the track. I don't mind this livery. I like the dark red. The red looks phenomenal. I do not like that white stripe with the HP logo, though. Oh, also Red Bull, 6 out of 10. If it ain't broke, don't fix it sort of deal. That being said, back to Ferrari. I don't like that white stripe HP logo. Some people, and that seems to divide a lot of people too. I'm in the category of not liking it. If the logo wasn't there, I don't think it'd be as bad. Or if a different logo was there, I think it's because it's the light blue on the white, and that's what I'm not a fan of. I'm thinking that's what it is, maybe. That's maybe what's not tickling my fancy here. But regardless, it's not a horrible livery. The white just is kind of out of place for me. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Nothing, nothing horrible, but nothing to really write home about. And finally, the defending Constructors Champions, McLaren, with a livery that's basically the same thing as last year. 5 out of 10. Wasn't a huge fan of that livery last year. I think McLaren's going to have some serious competition with the big 4 teams this year, so hopefully they go out of the gate swinging. Lando, don't bottle another world championship, even though I'm not a fan of you, but, you got to prove the haters wrong. And if you bottle the championship again, considering you almost finished 3rd in a 2-horse race, if Charles would have finished a bit better and didn't go through that slump mid-year, but also then again, it could have been a 3-horse race for the world champion if Charles didn't slump. So, yeah, but no. Quickly, yeah, that was just my thoughts on the liveries. So now let's get into some predictions of Australia. So I will just tell you who I think will be the pole sitter and who I think will be the top 5. So I'll just do who I think will win pole and who will finish top 5. Just because I don't really want to figure out who would be the fastest, 5 racers when I'm almost guaranteed to get that wrong. So I'll just do the poll. So going off of a little bit of testing and what we've seen last year, I'm going to say with about an 80% confidence that Lando Norris will get the pole in Australia. He'll probably beat out his second by 0.500 seconds, maybe, give or take. But yeah, I'm thinking Lando Norris will take the first pole of the 2025 season in Australia. Can he convert it to the win? I am going to say no, he cannot. I think in first will be Max Verstappen. I think Max will come out eager to try to defend his title and get some revenge for last year where he DNF'd in Australia because of a brake failure. So I think he'll be hungry to get that win, and I think he will start off the year as he did last season with another win under his belt. In second, I got Lando Norris. I think Lando will still be good. He'll still be fast. But whether it be a pit mistake or a mistake, somehow Verstappen will get past him, and he will finish in second. Third, I'm going boomer bust here. I'm going to say Lewis Hamilton gets a podium in his first race in Ferrari. I think Hamilton's first Ferrari race will either go super well or it'll be super bad. Like, he'll do super good or he'll just be, midfield. Fighting for, a top 5 spot. He'll either be really good or he'll struggle. I'm going to lean on the optimistic side and say he's going to be really good and he'll take his first podium in the Ferrari colors. And fourth, I'm going to have his teammate, Charles Leclerc. Leclerc! I'll have Leclerc finishing in fourth. I think Leclerc's going to be competitive all season, but I think Hamilton's going to just do a bit better because he'll feel like he has more to prove when it comes to Ferrari. I'll probably be wrong and watch both of them DNF or some crap. That'd be a horrible start for Ferrari if both of them DNF. I hope they don't, but oof. Really, it could go either. You could have Charles in third or Lewis in third, but I'm going to go with Lewis, then Leclerc. And in fifth, I'm thinking Oscar Piastri will round out our top 5. I think all around, Piastri will be better than Norris this season, but I don't think out of the gate he will. I think out of the gate, he'll kind of not struggle per se, but, Lando will be taking this a little more serious than he did last year, and he'll want to prove all the haters and the doubters wrong. So, I have Piastri coming in fifth. I think Piastri will, get better as the season goes on. I wouldn't be surprised if he wins more races than Lando this year. I am very high on Piastri. In his 3 seasons in Formula One, he has. No, this is his 3rd season he's going into. In his 2 seasons in Formula One, his first one started out slow, but he did really well last season. So I'm curious to see what he will do this season. I think he can probably pick up another win or two down the line. I think Norris will probably pick up a win or two. I think Hamilton will probably win a race or two with the Ferrari. Leclerc is good for a couple wins, and Verstappen's good for a couple wins. Russell will probably get a win or two in there. But I got the first race of the year, I got Verstappen winning with Norris, Hamilton, Leclerc, and Piastri, meaning that when it comes to constructors, Ferrari will take an early lead in the constructors race because they have the 2nd and 3rd. Yeah. So yeah, basically Formula Moon is the new series I'm launching by myself here on the Meme Lords versus Zewado channel. I am looking forward to talking Formula One with everybody and just giving my opinions on the sport. I will also be reviewing the races after they happen. Maybe not same day, maybe like next day, day after, depending. If I don't work, I might be able to start day of, but yeah, no. I'm excited for the next season of F1. I hope it's good. I'm pulling for my boy Max Verstappen to win it. Max is my driver. He is my favorite driver. I'm not a fan of the team, but like, both my favorite drivers just so happen to race for RB at one point. When he retires, I don't know who my favorite will be. Maybe I'll go Madman Yuki Tsunoda. I'm thinking I'd like to see Yuki get a podium this year. I would love to see Yuki get a podium this year. So quickly, just some thoughts. I will review this season. I will go back and review former seasons too. I would like to go and review all the seasons the year the Meme Lords were born. So that would be 99, 2000, and 2004. I would love to review those 4 seasons. Or 3 seasons, sorry. I will also do career retrospectives where I rank Legends seasons. So like I'll go back and try to get my hands on some clips from when they raced. So like for example, I'll review Schumacher's seasons and rank them from like his best season to his worst seasons and so on and so forth. Give kind of my opinions on the 7-time world champion who people famously say is the GOAT. When it comes to GOAT discussion, it's one of 2 men that people bring up. It's either Schumacher or Hamilton. I think it's probably Schumacher still. If Hamilton can win an 8th, I think he finally dusts this conversation. But as of right now, I say Schumacher is the GOAT of F1. But yeah, no, I will be reviewing some careers, some retro seasons, and as well as just talking Formula One. Any big news that happens throughout the year, I'll kind of give my reactions to it. So when Jack Doohan gets dumped in 5 races for Franco Colapinto, I'll make a video on that. I really hope that doesn't happen for Doohan's sake. That would suck, but if what's true is he's only on a 5-race contract and they moved heaven and earth to get Franco Colapinto. I mean, don't get me wrong, Colapinto was fantastic for the little bit of the season that he ran last year, but also you got to think he really got crash happy at the end, to the point where a lot of major teams dropped out of the running for him because Red Bull wanted him to replace Perez, which means it probably would have been Tsunoda and Lawson in the RB. But since Colapinto kind of, got crash happy and RB was like, then they moved up Liam Lawson instead. I don't really agree with that. I think you should have gave Tsunoda the chance. He's been there, longer. He beat Ricciardo. He beat DeVries. He beat his teammates. Like, I think he could have got the chance. Even if he wasn't good, like, he could have did like a 3 race and a 3 race, and then whoever did better gets the seat for the rest of the season. But then again, that's not how contracts work. So, yeah. That being said, I look forward to talking Australia after it happens. Let's see how many of my predictions will come true, which ones will be right, which ones will be wrong. And yeah, I look forward to talking about Australia after Australia. So don't forget, please like, comment, subscribe. Check out our other series, such as the podcast, which hasn't had a new episode in a bit, but maybe that'll come back. We got Moon and Owen. And we got a few more series in the pipeline. So, yep, with that being said, thank you all for watching. I've been a certified F1 yapper, but not really certified, just an F1 yapper. I thank you all for watching. I will see you post-Australia, and we will see who will win the first race of the season. Thank you, and goodbye.